2018 Ryder Cup rosters have been released, and there are some huge names listed on both sides. Most notably, Tiger Woods is back on the U.S. team for the first time since 2012. I'm joined by David to answer some of the biggest questions we have leading up to the Ryder Cup. So David, first one, obviously about Tiger. What does this mean for his comeback story?
I think it's the perfect addition to his comeback story, put it that way. Yeah, he doesn't have a win yet this year, but especially in the last couple of months, he's been one of the most consistent players in the world. He's climbed from all the way outside the top 1,000 in the world rankings, and he's already back up, I think, in the 30s. Finished second in the PGA Championship, shot an 8 under 62 last week at the BMW, finished tied for 6th there, made it to the Tour Championship this weekend at East Lake easily. He's not going to win the FedEx Cup, I highly doubt, but in terms of consistency, what he's shown, he has the potential to be the X factor in this Ryder Cup, especially if he can get that putter rolling.
Tiger Woods may very well be back. So let's move to the other side. We look at the European roster. You got guys like McIlroy, Stetson, a lot of big names. Who's going to carry them this year?
Well, Rory McIlroy is never a bad choice. He can have those flashes of brilliance, but much like Tiger, his putter's kind of been letting him down some lately. He's worked out some of those bugs, but Justin Rose has just been ultra consistent. He was up there, didn't quite beat Keegan Bradley at the BMW, but came very close. Obviously, he's got some major wins as well. Dark horse for the European side, Ian Poulter. In the Ryder Cup, 12-3 all-time record, regardless of format. To have that good of a record in the Ryder Cup is great, and to have that experience, especially with the course being in France, a European advantage. That's exactly what they need. Plus, Poulter finally got a PGA Tour win after quite a long drought this year in Houston. So he's poised, I think, to take on the Ryder Cup again and be a big X factor for the Europeans.
A lot of European golfers have big shoes to fill because they've won 6 of the last 8. But USA did win last year's Ryder Cup. Can they do it again this year?
I think they can, and the biggest thing is the discrepancy between the rookies of the U.S. team and the European team. Europe has 5 rookies that have never played in the Ryder Cup. U.S., I believe, now with the addition of Tony Finau, the final captain's pick, they now have 3 rookie Ryder Cup players. But you've got Phil Mickelson as a captain's pick. You've got Tiger, of course, as a captain's pick. You've got Bryson DeChambeau, who's on fire. You've got Jordan Spieth, who does what Jordan Spieth does, which is more often than not exceptional. So with the mix of young and old that the U.S. team has, they're going to be hard to beat.
Certainly a mix of a couple of generational players there for the U.S. team. They're going to have to do back-to-back Europe, trying to stand in their way. That is all the time we have for this round of the Ryder Cup. Up next, Andy and I will be discussing the next sport drought.